Hello, first graders. How are you? I hope you are well on this day. So, this is going to be our making sounds lesson part two. So, we're first going to start with a reading. So, if you want, I'm going to read this story to you, but what I will do is I will scroll down and I will pause before I read. If you guys want to pause this screen, if some of you want to read this to the class, you are more than welcome to do so. You can just mute my voice. Okay, so I'm going to start reading, but again, you can pause the screen if you want to read these few sentences. You can mute myself while I read this part of it. It's up to you. Okay, so the title of this is called Vibrations and Sound. Look at these. We have three girls with three different instruments. What do you think all of these instruments have in common? Think about what if they all make a sound, right? Instruments make a sound. So what will all of them be doing in order to let you know that sound is being made? Remember, vibrations occur when vibration occurs when an object vibrates, a sound is made. Okay, so here we go. You can either you can pause or mute myself if you want to read. The world is full of sounds. Can you hear sounds now? You might hear music. You might even hear people talking. Look at that. We got chicken, a cow, and a duck. Moo. Other animals make sounds too. A sound comes from a sound source. Are these sound sources? Look at this is what we did in our investigation. You took your popsicle stick, you held it over the edge, and you plucked it. And then you also plucked the rubber band on your cup. Did they make sounds? Did it make sounds when you plucked the popsicle stick or the rubber band? Well, if it did, that is a sound source. Sound comes from sound sources. You plucked the string of a table fiddle. Did you feel the string move? Vibration is a back and forth motion. A vibrating string is a sound source. So can you see examples of vibration happening? If so, where? Where on the page do you see vibration happening? It's right here. It kind of shows you it going back and forth. And that person putting their finger there to feel the vibration. Can you make a book fiddle? Try it. We actually don't have the supplies for a book fiddle, unfortunately. All right, boys and girls. So that was our reading on vibrations and sound. It talks about what vibration is and how it moves. It talked about what a sound source is, and talked about objects that make sounds. So now that we've done that, I would like for you to take out your science journal. This will be the last part of our class. So once we finish these activities, you're going to be done for the day. Okay? You might be like, Mr. Bergling, we're doing a lot of writing. And you're right, because not only does writing help you, and it will also help you understand and remember this information. And also, when you get to second grade next year, we're going to be doing a lot more handwriting and writing in our science journals. So this is all about building habits, getting used to a little more writing work that we're doing, okay? So you can stay on the same page. Remember, we had our making sounds page, and you wrote and answered the focus question, what causes sound? But now I have a few questions that are based off of what we just read. Okay? So again, I'm going to read these questions, and if you want to answer right away, you can just pause this video and give yourself time to answer. And after you are done answering, you can press play and resume this. All right, so question number 1. Where do we hear sounds? Think about, where do we hear sounds? What part of our body helps us hear sounds? Okay, now here is a little sentence starter if you want a little help to answer this, or if you want to put it into your own words, that's fine. But it says, we use our blank to hear sounds. What part of our body do we use to hear sounds? Question number 2. What is vibration? So remember, in this story, we talked about vibration. You can even rewind this video since it's recorded. You can go back on the tape and see if you want to answer the question too. What is vibration? Vibration is when an object moves what? How does an object move for you to know that it is vibrating? Question number 3. Where does sound come from? Sound comes from a what? It's 2 words. Where does sound come from? And the 4th part is I want you to draw and label 3 objects that make sounds. So use your prior knowledge. What do you know? What objects in your life make a sound? I want you to draw those items and then put a name on them. So maybe I would think of a whistle. A whistle, when I blow on it, a whistle makes a sound. So I would draw a whistle, and underneath that, I would write whistle. Okay, let's go back to these questions now. Hopefully you are done with writing this journal. So where do we hear sounds? Well, we use our ears to hear sounds. What is vibration? Right? Remember right here, it talks about vibration. It says vibration is a back and forth motion. So what is vibration? Vibration is when an object moves back and forth. Question number 3. Where does sound come from? Sound comes from a sound source, right? Any object that makes sound is a sound source. And then the final part is draw and label 3 objects. Okay, kiddos, you're more than welcome to share your drawings with the class if you have time. If not, thank you for all your hard work. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I miss you, and I will talk to you soon.